Hello and welcome. Now, you don't have to spend that much money to get into drag racing and have something fun. This is my buddy Stan's car. He's here. He picked up a DR10, but we decided to do some little demos. So he's actually running a different ESC and motor, which I'm going to be talking about. And believe it or not, it's a Quicrun. He has a Quicrun by Hobbywing, and the motor is a Trinity 4.5. And that ESC can carry the motor no problem. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you what the ESC and the motor looks like. So there it is, Hobbywing Quicrun. Here is a different angle. Now, notice it does have the stock tires. He did put some aluminum bits in there, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. He made that little plate to mount it on top. He does have a rear sway bar, but the motor is just a Trinity motor, 4.5, censored, and that ESC can carry that motor no problem. Now, here's some just running clips of both of our cars. Now, buddy Stan's, he has the purple car, I have the red car. Probably recognize my colors from now. Now this is the same body I was running on that Nitro. That's what has the big giant cutout in the back and a few other holes that normally it wouldn't have. But the main purpose of this is to show you what we have. Now, my car, this one right here at this time, has a stock motor ESC, stock transmitter. The only changes are rear sway bar and Hoosier tires in the back with blue foams. The DR10 on the right with the purple body, that one's with the one that has the Quicrun ESC with the Trinity 4.5 motor. It also has the rear sway bar, but it's running stock tires. Now, the slipper clutch is slipping on the purple car. We decided to leave these slippers on just to try to make it as even as possible. But I torqued mine all the way down, which, in the end of the day, it started loosening, so you have to go back in there. At some point, I'm going to grab my Exotek slipper eliminator and just put it on there. That's what you should do. Once you get the hang of it, you should really go with the slipper eliminator. But while you're learning to drive the car, you should drive with the slipper. Then once you get a hang of it, then you can use the eliminator. So right off the bat, my car does take off. I am able to take off faster because I don't have that much power. So I can go full throttle, and then all I have to do is just correct the steering to the right a little, because every time I take off, it wants to pull to the left. Not a big deal. You'll see it steers very good. My buddy Stan, he's not going full throttle. He also is using the stock transmitter. The point of this video is to show you that you can use your stock transmitter, you can use your stock electronics, still have fun, have a good time. But you can probably tell, not sure if you can tell from this footage, every single time, as soon as my car reaches top speed, his car will just pass me. So every single time he's going to make it. You can't see the marker. But he's going to beat me every time in the long run. So the reason why he's having a slower start, one, my tires are better. We actually put them on his car and it ran so much better with mine. So the Hoosier tires versus the stock DR10. Okay, that was just funny. He came over to my lane. But you don't have to go all crazy. And I am going to update some videos later on with these drag cars. Now here I have to go fetch it. Hopefully I don't lose my hat. But going back to this, we have the stock shocks. We decided to do associated oil, so all of that is still the same. I set my wheelie bar all the way up. His is lower. The reason why I set mine up is I don't even want the wheelie bar to really touch, because I don't need to, not with this system. Plus, you don't really want to be riding it anyway. I mean, you could replace the rear wheels with some rubber wheels to soften the blow, but if you don't have to go on the wheelie bar, it's a lot better. But this is just to show you, you can just buy DR10. They're like $330, $340, somewhere around there as of the time of this video, stock motor, and have a really nice car. Now, I did mention the rear sway bar. Rear sway bar does help a lot. Something else that I did, if you have seen some of my other videos, is I did use the nylon washers, the 4 40 nylon washers for the front shocks. This is so the front end doesn't nosedive and bottom out and scrape the chassis. I used 8 of those, and that solved that problem. So if you look at the front end of my car, there's no scratches on it. That's the reason why. One of the first mods I did. Little by little, I'm going to show you some of the other things. So I'll show you what the Exotek, how it drives with the Exotek eliminator instead, the aluminum idler gear, all of that other stuff. But for now, we decided to keep our transmissions, everything stock, for just to show you this. You don't need to spend on a really fancy ESC. Macklin has that ESC where you can control 7 settings. Now it used to be 3, then 5. Now I believe they're up to 7. So you pull full throttle, and then the ESC doesn't give it full throttle until it reaches certain RPMs. It'll give it whatever you pre-programmed. At that point, you're not even driving the car. It's the ESC. That would be like racing on an autonomous vehicle, and the car is programmed to slow down, speed up whenever. So something that we're trying to show you is you can get in the hobby, start drag racing on a budget with just an RTR, have fun. These are 2 cars. I showed you the mods. So the idea is this: the car on the left, my car, out of the box, electronics. The purple car on the other side, imagine you're buying the roller from Team Associated, or any brand, but let's say a Team Associated because it really is one of the best brands, if not the best brand you can get for an RTR. For an RTR, right, if you have an unlimited budget, you can get the carbon fiber chassis and all that other good stuff. But this is somebody getting into it, you're on a budget, $400. So $400. Imagine that's the chassis. The purple car. You're looking for electronics. That Quicrun ESC, that Trinity 4.5. That ESC handles the motor every time. And that ESC is less than $60. I believe it's less than $50 for that ESC. And it is censored, so keep that in mind. Although the RX-8 is a really nice ESC by Tekin, and that one will start censored, and then at high RPM it will go censorless, so you can get some more RPMs out of it. But one of the things, mainly, look at my car. It tracks, I would say, very nicely. It's very easy to control. I'm actually going full throttle all the way, and then just correcting a little to the right, like I mentioned. And that is it. So, do you need a lot of fancy equipment? No. Do you need to spend a lot of money to have fun? You do not. I mean, you could, but if you're just getting into it, or you're just doing this on the weekends to mess around with your buddies, you really do not need to spend $1,000 or more on a drag car. I mean, look how nice this one drives in comparison. But like I said, in future videos, I will show you some of the other basic upgrades. But until then, have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching.
What? Oh, my hair! My tongue! My rod!